Hi children, last class we discussed about the development of immune cells, right? Last class we completed this table and then formation of immune cells. Now we are going to see about lymphocytes. Lymphocytes. Lymphocytes, see to the point number 4, lymphocytes have the capability to recognize antigen. Antigen recognize பண்ணக்கூடிய capacity யாருக்குன்னா lymphocytes க்கு இருக்கு. And also they produce immune response. We know the meaning of immune response, right? Our body shows the reaction against the foreign antigen. That reaction is called it as immune response. Other type of WBCs play an important role in our body. That WBCs role, number 1, non-specific. They produce non-specific immune response. They act as antigen presentation. They produce a cytokine chemical signals. Once again I repeat, other type of WBCs important role, non-specific immune response, antigen presentation, cytokine production. Lymphocytes. Lymphocytes in our body, totally 20 to 30% of the WBC act as lymphocytes. They have large nucleus and little cytoplasm. They have large nucleus, see the picture, they have large nucleus and little amount of cytoplasm. Yes, there are two types of lymphocytes, B lymphocytes, T lymphocytes. Now we are going to discuss about B lymphocytes. B lymphocytes. See to the point number 1. B lymphocytes stay inside the bone marrow until the maturity. They stay inside the bone marrow until the maturity. After the maturity, they started around the body through the circulation. After getting the maturity, they started wandering inside the body through the blood circulation. See to the point C. Some B cells remain in blood itself. Some accumulate in lymph node and spleen. Some of the B cells remain inside the blood. Some of the B cell accumulates in lymph node and spleen. Lymph node spleen is actually a secondary lymphoid organ which we discussed earlier. Got it? Yes. See to the point number D. Lymphocytes have receptor protein on their surfaces. See to the picture. This picture. Imagine this is a B lymphocyte. B lymphocyte has receptor protein on their surface. B lymphocytes have receptor protein. These are the receptor protein on their surface. When receptors on a B cell bind with an antigen. See, imagine this is an antigen. When the receptor cell, this cup-shaped receptor cells bind with the foreign antigen, the B cell become activated. Then the B cells become as a activated B cells. That activated B cells divides rapidly. Then it produces plasma cells and memory cells. Plasma cells start to produce antibodies. Some B cells do not produce antibodies. That B cell become as a memory cells. They play a vital role in the secondary immune response. Shall we recap it again? Listen carefully. Lymphocytes have receptor protein. Lymphocytes ku mele receptor protein irukum. That receptor protein binds with the antigen. And the receptor protein antigen oda bind agum. Then the B cell become as a activated B cell. இப்ப அந்த B cell antigen ஓட bind ஆனதுக்கு அப்புறமா அந்த B cell activate ஆயிடும். அதனால activated B cell சொல்லுவோம். Then the activated B cell divides rapidly to produce plasma cells. Activated B cells rapidly divides and produce plasma cell. That plasma cell produces antibodies. We know that value of antibody which play a vital role to produce immunity as well as which fight against the foreign antigen, right? Some of the B cells do not produce plasma cell. Then what will happen? They become as a memory cell. See the picture? Some of the B cell do not produce antibodies. Then what will happen? That B cell become as a memory cell. That memory cell is responsible for secondary immune response. Got it? ஒரு ஷார்ட்டாக தமிழில் சொல்லிட்டுமா? எஸ், நம்ம பாடியில் பி செல் இருக்குது. பி செல்க்கு மேலே ரிசப்டார் ப்ரோட்டீன் இருக்குது. அந்த ரிசப்டார் ப்ரோட்டீன் ஆன்டிஜனோட பைண்ட் ஆகும்போது அந்த பி செல் ஆக்டிவேட்டட் பி செல்லாக மாறுது. அந்த ஆக்டிவேட்டட் பி செல் டிவைட் ஆகுது. அப்படி டிவைட் ஆகும்போது பிளாஸ்மா செல்ஸாக உருவாகுது. அந்த பிளாஸ்மா செல்ஸோட இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் ரோல் ஆன்டிபாடிஸ் ப்ரொடெக்ஷன். இப்போ சில பி செல்ஸ் பிளாஸ்மா செல்ஸாக உருவாகாது. அப்போ என்னவா மாறும்? மெமரி செல்லாக மாறும். அந்த மெமரி செல்லோட ரோல் செகண்டரி இம்யூன் ரெஸ்பான்ஸ். Got it? Yes. Next we are going to see about T lymphocytes. T cell leave bone marrow, mature in thymus. As we studied earlier, some of the precursor lymphocyte, that precursor lymphocytes leave the bone marrow, reach the thymus gland, then it become as a T cell. In the story la nariya nama paathutom. Yes, T cell leave bone marrow and mature in thymus. After the maturity, T cells accumulated same area where the B cells are present. Lymph nodes, spleen la எந்த இடத்துல secondary lymphoid organ. I am talking about secondary lymphoid organ. After getting the maturity, the T cells also accumulated where the B cells are get accumulated. எங்கெல்லாம் B cells accumulate ஆயிருக்கோ அது பக்கத்தில் இந்த T cellum போய் accumulate ஆகும். But what is the main difference? These T cells don't have capacity to produce antibodies. Then what is the purpose of T cell? T cell recognize antigen presenting cells. Destroy them. T cell recognize antigen presenting cells. Miss, antigen presenting cells na enna? Antigen presenting cells are good cells. Our dendritic cells, our macrophages, our B cells have the capacity to act like a antigen presenting cells. In the session 2 I am going to explain with the help of the short storyboard. So don't miss to watch the session 2. So antigen presenting cells na inga ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கோங்க. antigen presenting cells நம்ம பாடியில் dendritic cell antigen presenting cells வேலை செய்யும். macrophage antigen presenting cells வேலை செய்யும். then B cell antigen presenting cells வேலை செய்யும். APCs, short form APCs. Miss, what it will function? You are telling that they act like antigen presenting cells. Simple. They present antigen. These cells, imagine this is a dendritic cell. This dendritic cell present the antigen to our T cell. So the T cell recognize antigen presenting cell, then destroy them. Ida inga meaning. Dendritic cell act like antigen presenting cell. What it present? This dendritic cells present the antigen. Dendritic cells is a good cell, immune cell present in our body. It present antigen to the T cell. At the time T cell recognize the antigen presenting cell and destroys this antigen. Got it? Purida? Session 2 I am going to explain every antigen presenting cells in the form of storyboard. Don't miss the session 2. Yes, two important type of T cells. T helper cells. See the tabulation. Two important type of T cell. One is helper T cell. Another one is a killer T cell. Helper T cell release a chemical called cytokine which activates the B cell. There are two main type of T cell. One is T helper cell. One is T helper cell. Another one is a killer T cell. T helper cell releases cytokine. Releases the chemical signal called cytokine. This cytokine activates B cell. That's what it's named as T helper cell. உதவி செய்யக்கூடிய T cells. Right? Second one, see to the second type, killer T cell move around the body, destroy infected and damaged cell. நம்ம பாடிக்குள்ள ஃபுல்லா மூவ் ஆகும். அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன டெஸ்ட்ராய் பண்ணும் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா டேமேஜ் செல்ஸை, இன்ஃபெக்டட் செல்ஸை டெஸ்ட்ராய் பண்ணும். Yes, got it? Got it? Next, beside B cell and T cell, neutrophil monocytes also play a vital role to kill the foreign antigen. B cell, T cell இல்லாம நமக்கு immunity produce பண்ணக்கூடிய cell neutrophil monocytes. They will do the function of phagocytosis. What is phagocytosis? Imagine this is a neutrophil or monocytes. What it will do? It start to engulf the foreign antigen. Foreign antigen வரும்பொழுது இது செல் விழுங்குதல் அப்படின்ற கூடிய ஒரு நிகழ்ச்சியை பண்ணுது. Yes, புரியுதா? Phagocytosis and destroy the foreign cells. Monocytes mature into large cells called macrophages. When the monocytes mature into large cells called macrophages, then it performs phagocytosis on any foreign antigen. Monocytes have the capacity to produce mature as large cell called macrophages. They liberated as a macrophages during the time of infection or during the time of antigen entry. Then it start to phagocytosis the foreign antigen. Monocytes க்கு large cell மாறக்கூடிய capacity இருக்கு. அந்த large cell க்கு பேரு macrophages. These macrophages have the capacity to engulf the foreign antigen. Yes, got it? Got it? For further session, please watch session 2. In the session 2, we are going to discuss about dendritic cells. Thank you, children.